Iraq is facing a new era, reform or the arrival of the Americans. The writing is on the wall. Iraq's going to the private sector and we have to see where the pipeline's going to get started again. The oil salary is going to get localized. They're going to need an exchange rate to take care of all those things, all those contracts. They're going to need a valuation of the country's true effective exchange rate. We're seeing it all right now in real time. Will it happen in the next few days? Not sure, but we're sure looking at some powerful information that we haven't seen before. Many have asked, what's taking Iraq so long? Why haven't we seen the rate change? A lot of that is intertwined and connected to what's happening with the US government. Question: what are your gut feelings about notifications going out? Marks: I have so many people telling me they could go out late tomorrow. I feel it could go out any time between now and the 1st. The Iraqi dinar is a speculative investment. If you hear a date, if you hear a rate, those are just speculative IMO. You want to go to Chase to exchange your Iraqi dinar. Nah. Where you going to go? Aki? There's going to be thousands of those exchange centers all over the world. If Chase is going to make you wait 6 months, I'm just gonna go to Aki's or the CBI's private banks. In Michigan there will be hundreds of them. Sudani and the CBI defend the monetary reform because that is the security and the stability for the new exchange rate. Al-Sudani, the citizen, wants to see something realistic and is tired of promises. After getting rid of heavy burden of its debt, Iraq has transformed from a country indebted to a country that can be a creditor to others. Iraq is not going to be in debt to others, but they'll be one that can credit to others. Iraq's going to have a lot of money. Non-oil, oil, tourism revenues are all in play. Television is talking about the dollar exchange. Frank, of course they are. That's all they're going to talk to you about. Firefly, they're saying the dollar platform is about to stop. They're saying there's a shock that's coming when the platform stops. Then they're saying the dollar will rise because of the demand. We think they are warning to be careful not to use the dollar. That's crazy. We know the dinar will have to go up. Frank, yeah, because it's not going to be just 1-to-1 IMO. It'll be maybe a little more than 1-to-1, which means it has more value than the American dollar. A change in the dinar rate breaks that parallel market, so to me, with the mechanisms put in place yesterday, now they can pull the trigger. Do you realize how long we have been waiting for this news to get off the sole dollar in payments for imports and be done away with these corrupt currency auctions? Yes, Iraq is now officially out of the sanctioned mode of paying for imports. Can the news get any better, other than getting the RV, of course? Wow. 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 Yes, it's done. I see this process moving ahead now very nicely. Gazette number 4805 was written, and it is all about the amendment that they did in the budget, but it still has not been released to the public yet. Outside illicit trade have been warned about shocks. The dollar auctions are going to cease, and apparently within this year. They did say that was not going to be specifically on any day. They suggested that timing was open, yet to be within this year. IMO, that could be any time or any day they choose. Those that are not associated with a global correspondent bank or hooked up with system already have been warned all year long. It is on them now if they suffer losses. This shows there is no stopping Iraq's monetary reforms. The IQD is being introduced to its basket members. These foreign currencies that are coming in through the contracts, some of them, if not most of them, will be playing the part in the float of the Middle East basket. Why is it that this basket is the next chapter in our study? Because the CBI auctions are ending on December the 31st of this year, and there will be no restrictions on the Iraqi dinar on an international level as it was before. this is Article 8 compliance, which allows them to stop the auctions. Once the float increases the international value of the Iraqi dinar, it will start to pair to these currencies in this basket, and IMO it will quickly rise in value due to the demand that we are seeing right now. The Central Bank of Iraq decides to add the Saudi Riyal and the Jordanian dinar. The CBI shut down 49 more companies. They were those that were the ones who were doing money laundering, and that should be the final 5% that they've been talking to us about every day. All day we hear from the IMF praising Iraq and even Sadoni talking about us being stable and strong. It's all over here in Iraq. It looks like this all saying we are about to go international. Frank, that is the key. That is the next step. Once we go international, you won't need me no more. You are about to go with a new exchange rate, God willing. The Ministry of Interior announced, on Saturday, that it has registered more than 42 million Iraqis in the national card system during the year 2024, which is about to end. In a press conference held today, Miri said, "We announce for the first time that we have exceeded the barrier of registering 42 million Iraqi citizens in the national card system," noting the adoption of the second generation of the national card in its colored version, and its printing in Baghdad centrally. He added, "After the opening of the central office in Sulaimania Governorate, we announced the completion of the opening of the central registration of the national card throughout Iraq, which amounts to 19 centers, 2 of which are in Baghdad on both sides of Kark and Rusaifa, and 17 centers in the rest of the governorates of Iraq, including the Kurdistan region." Miri stressed that it has become possible for any Iraqi citizen to obtain a national card wherever he is, regardless of his place of registration or presence, even within one governorate and all governorates of Iraq. He pointed out that 6 sites were open to issue the national card outside the country as a first stage to serve the Iraqi community there, namely, Jordan capital, Amman, UAE-Abu Dhabi, Turkey, Ankara, Britain, London, Germany, Frankfurt, Iran, Tehran, noting that the remaining stations will be opened in the first quarter of next year in coordination with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. MP Jawad al-Yassari confirmed, Thursday, December 19, 2024, that political differences over amending the budget law will delay voting on the 2025 budget schedules. The leftist said, "The differences between the blocs and political parties are still ongoing and are based on amending the budget law, and these differences will delay the vote on the 2025 budget schedules, which are still with the Iraqi government." He explained that the Iraqi government is waiting for the parliament to amend the budget law, so that it can send the tables for the year 2025 according to the amendments, and for this reason we expect that the matter will take a very long time, and this matter certainly has an impact on the implementation of many projects and strategic plans that require financial funding. It is noteworthy that Member of Parliament Mustafa al-Karyawi announced, on Sunday, December 8, 2024, the postponement of the second reading of the